This isn't really YouTube optimal, but the too long didn't watch of this video, I just really respect your time, is that all of the chef, hospitality, industry, dining out, the bear, gear, technique, advice, focused content here on the Justin Khanna channel is not going away, although as a subscriber of this channel, I can only imagine what it's felt like over the past 2-3 years to just not really see uploads here. That's on me, I'm sorry. The point of this video is to share with you that you can just look forward to that type of content, those videos being published on the Repertoire channel now. And this is a collab posted video, and so if you want to make sure that you're getting those types of videos in your feed, the JK content that you probably hopefully know and love, let the YouTube algorithm know by subscribing to Repertoire. Myself and the team have worked super hard getting that channel over 2,000 subscribers without really even cross-posting with JK outlets and channels. And so that's the announcement, and with that out of the way, if you've been a long-time subscriber, if you're interested at all in an update of sorts, my thought process, what I've got plans for the future, strategy stuff, the Yap session starts now. What is up, folks? How are you? It's been a while. I kind of forget to say that. The meta of YouTube of sorts is kind of anti-intro, it seems. I guess I sometimes feel that way when I see the stereotypical, like, 2010s intro to a video. You should sound off in the comments if you have thoughts on this. Maybe we can just agree that it's implied that I'm asking you what's up when I make a video. How about that? Why don't we start with the framework that I'm currently operating under for myself when I want to make something and share it with you folks. And that framework is this a skill or does this affect performance in professional kitchens? If yes, if it's industry related, it's a Repertoire video because that is literally in the name. That's the mission. We want to increase performance in professional kitchens, ideally via skill development, but sometimes it's through a story or from an anecdote or from even something like the bear. I believe that leads to better experiences, not just for you in your career if you're working in these environments, but for the guests that you take care of. And I think that starts to flywheel. That's interesting. I've seen that compound over time, and I have conviction in that. Repertoire is super focused, super inside baseball. It's built for practitioners in the field, whether you're a chef de partie, you're going to culinary school, you're trying to graduate and find out what your career might look like going forward, executive sous chef somewhere, maybe you're fine dining, maybe you're not, maybe you've made the leap on your own as a private chef or you're doing pop-ups. I personally have experience there. I feel like I can provide value in that space, and it'll all have that same ethos of what you probably got from my original content. The lessons I had to learn the hard way, my own strategies that have worked for me that I've maybe had to develop on my own or remix from other people's ideas, and insights that I wish somebody would have told me. That was really the core of what happened when I was making content on YouTube. And here's where I'll be honest with you, it feels like I can find data points to fit whatever narrative I happen to be telling myself about this plan. And I'll give some examples to share what I mean. On one hand, you have this build a company and be the active founder. You let it scale beyond just you. I get a lot of inspiration from dynamics like what Dr. K has with Healthy Gamer, Jay Klaus has with Creator Science, Will Gadara has with Unreasonable Hospitality. Yes, they're the main person, but they have a team around them and a, more importantly, name associated with their company. And then the timing on this couldn't have been almost spookier. I literally listened to this podcast between Ali Abdaal and Matt D'Avella. I think Matt D'Avella had Slow Growth, and then Ali Abdaal had, a bunch of other companies. He has his book, he has the community, he has the software products, and they're talking about how they decided to do this, build the company around something else, not them as the name. They were going to be the active face of the thing, and they ended up in these really unhappy places. And so I'm reflecting on that, I'm hearing that, and I'm asking myself the question, do I want to build in this way, or do I want to go keep Justin Khanna the main personal brand, and that's the thing that I build everything off of, because there's also countervailing advice that says that's the way to go. People that fall in this camp might say something like, the creator economy has done the boom and bust thing. Creators built companies they weren't equipped to manage, and then you have people like Caleb Ralston and others saying that, again, personal branding is the future, do everything under your own name, make your premise and share content about that, and then do productized services or other things on the back end to monetize from there. And I'll be honest, this is a L I have to take and own up to. I did not have that clear of a vision when I launched Repertoire. You can hear it in the announcement video. It was just kind of broad brushstrokes, very head in the clouds type of philosophy stuff around how I was going to build this. It was almost like I wanted to do this, but I didn't have that clear of a vision behind what it was going to be. I know maybe it kind of sounds like I'm beating myself up about this stuff, but I've learned so much and made tons of mistakes over the past 2 years. And I think the reason that I've got conviction in this decision now to stick with Repertoire and have JK kind of diverge from it is because of the information that I have now. Repertoire is a focused company. Yes, it's mine and it's going to incorporate my values and my ideas is, and I'm going to be the one providing the service or developing the product. It's going to be my face on the content sometimes. But it is a training and coaching company focused on performance in the hospitality industry. It's a very quick one-liner. It has taken an embarrassing amount of time to refine and iterate and land there, but hey, we got there. I'd also be remiss right now if I didn't give a huge, massive shout out and thank you to Ray DeLucci. Some of you folks might know him from Line Cook Thoughts. It was one of those things where we collaborated on content, had each other on each other's shows in the past, but he thankfully kept calling me and texting me and asking me about content in the industry and business. And long story short, it was this funny situation where I just brought him on, and he's been a powerhouse with Repertoire on the industry news content that we publish on the channel there. On the podcast especially, we do YouTube stuff, full feature videos. It's been over a year of uploads every single week on the channel. He's writing episodes, he's hosting, he's editing, he's doing thumbnails and titles. We've improved a ton over the past year. And he's having conversations with you folks and doing guest interviews, responding to comments, keeping an eye on trends. And this is in addition to juggling a job in food manufacturing. And so to see how he's grown in this role makes me really, really bullish on this decision to have Repertoire grow beyond just me, and it makes me really excited to just build a team even more and see where this goes. Obviously with the caveat that I want to do it right, not just make the same mistakes that other creators in this type of decision framework have fallen victim to. Maybe this is a good time to do like a warmer ask to subscribe to the Repertoire channel, if any of that sounds good, if that little behind the scenes gives you some insights or some why this matters to you. I'd really appreciate a subscribe. I think this JK channel could get the Repertoire channel to 3,000 subscribers if enough of you decide to press that button. And what I'm hoping that does for the JK channel is it allows it to be a place for anything and everything else. I know that sounds super broad. Let me explain kind of what I'm thinking. Let's maybe start super personal. Some of you folks know that I'm a dad now. My wife and I have 2 happy and healthy boys. That has no doubt been a huge reason for the hiatus in content production. Having 2 kids under 3 has been both incredibly fulfilling. I love it. There's nothing I would trade it for the world. And an incredible shift in how we prioritize our lives. I went back and forth when our oldest was born on how much I wanted to share about my family life. I think I put a post on Instagram up about this. It's a personal decision. What works for me and my family might not work for everybody, but I've actually been very happy with the decision to not publish my kids on the internet. Again, that's my experience. Your mileage may vary. That said, I do have some insights on fatherhood that I'm willing to share now. I am personally in a book club with other dads here in Seattle. I've developed more friendships with other dads around fatherhood. I've got some opinions on parenting that I think might be useful to others out there. Weirdly, as a way to give back, I've just gotten a ton of value from other people sharing their thoughts online. And so why not add to that in a way that I think might help, especially because when you become a parent for the first time, sometimes it is one of those situations where you're just maybe lost and adrift and you're trying to figure things out or trying to figure out your own style, and exploring different types of content from different people has been helpful for me. I also want to talk about activities and hobbies on this channel. This is not just going to become a parenting account, I promise. I do things like play pickleball or tennis every week in some way, shape, or form. I still strength train at least 2 to 3 times a week. I play Pokemon Go every day. Now that our youngest is sleeping a little bit more reliably, I'm reading more than I have ever been able to do over the past year. I am looking at it right now. It's in my closet here in my office. I bought a 3D printer on Black Friday and I still have yet to do anything with it. Speaking of that, my gear obsession does not just stop at kitchen stuff. I love bags and everyday carry stuff and camera gear and desk setup things, and I just did some fun repairs of one of my G-Shock watches. I want to be able to publish on that and not have it conflict with like this hospitality chef restaurant brand. Another genre of content I'd love to publish more about is what I might call experiments. I love Tim Ferriss and Matt D'Avella. They have like their video angle or their written angle on these experiments that they'll run throughout their lives. Experiments for me might be like goals that I have and the lessons that I learn along the way of pursuing them. I have officially lost 30 pounds since the birth of our oldest kiddo. I was 213 pounds at my heaviest and I'm now under 183 pounds. I'm aiming for about 175, all the while maintaining my ability to bench 225. And so sharing what's worked for me weight loss wise while my sleep is disrupted and the habits I've built to kind of prevent injuries as I'm reaching my mid-30s with some of these goals, those types of ideas. Or even this random project you've never seen me film in front of this wall before. I did this project of deciding to take all of my menus from these meals that I go out to eat at, and I typically save the menus. I try to get them signed oftentimes from the chefs who are working, and they were just sitting in an envelope in a drawer, and I decided to frame all of them And it's something where I'm like, okay, is that going to get posted on the Repertoire channel? Because it's like a studio tour type of piece of content. I should just put that on the JK channel. Again, all these conflicts came up in my mind as I was deciding what to do here. If you folks would like a more detailed walkthrough of some of these menus, maybe that's a fun piece of content to do. Like these are some of my like pop-up menus and images from when I was doing pop-up dinners and like artists doing art on the menus. And then I made this really giant one of like French Laundry per se stuff from my externship there. There's like the New York Times article where Sam Sifton said that it was the best restaurant in New York. And then other places of like my stage to get my externship, all my notes that I wrote during that experience. And then French Laundry, menus. Is that of interest? I have no idea. You folks will have to let me know in the comments, and it will go on the Justin Khanna channel instead of the Repertoire channel. Just off the top of my head, some other experiments might be in travel or minimalism or personal finance or my content diet, how I'm curating that, or psychology research I'm diving into. What's funny about me, or what I've noticed about myself maybe over the past, 10 years or so, is that I reach these points where I call it walking both paths. I think I've used this in content before, where I find this pattern of starting something with skepticism, and then as I deep dive it, I go way too far in the unhealthy direction, and then I find the ability to walk the middle path in hopefully a well-adjusted way. And if sharing those stories can help you save some time or at least provide some entertainment, and if that's of interest, I really want to make stuff like that going forward. If you've ever read any of my playbook blog posts, I publish one piece a year talking about my plan for the year. Think that type of stuff, but in video form kind of throughout the year. And then that will also make the playbooks a little bit more dynamic and interesting to read. And maybe lastly, at least on my short list of ideas or genres or series of content that I want to make, I don't have any evidence of this yet, maybe you can call this video one of those, is founder vlog type content. To be clear, I don't want it to be like a personal brand sizzle reel type of vlog, but like I'm going to conferences and I'm going to events and I'm getting opportunities to meet these amazing people as part of this work. It's not necessarily like a podcast interview type piece of content. It is, hey, I'm going to this thing, I'm trying to better myself, maybe it's across I'm getting a coaching certification, or I'm deciding to learn a little bit more about email marketing, or I'm deciding how to have a better psychological relationship with work. And that's something that I want to share, but it doesn't make sense to do it in the context of, the chef restaurant hospitality type of brand that is Repertoire. It's actually just about me and my personal growth. I guess the question I ask myself is, what is interesting or educational or useful content that I can produce with this weird job that I've created for myself? I do think it's funny, maybe you can almost call it ironic that I talk about this framework in Repertoire of cook to chef to entrepreneur, and that's been the paths for sure for me, going from cook to chef, but from chef to entrepreneur, I normally talk about it in the sense of going from chef working the line or sous chef somewhere to owning your own business. And this is kind of like that, but I don't have a restaurant, at least not yet. I still have goals to have restaurants someday. It's just in the season of life that I'm currently in, that's just not something that I'm wanting to have the trade-offs of. And so having all of this, the industry stuff, my personal life, these experiments, all living under one account, and JK just feels too much. It personally causes me to have analysis paralysis when I'm trying to think about making something. And so for me, these lines in the sand that I'm drawing at least help me to make sense of what goes where. And then that will hopefully mean that it makes for a better experience for you, the viewer, right? Like if you just like what I'm about and you work in tech, maybe you have zero ambition to ever work in a restaurant, you might just subscribe to the Justin Khanna channel, and that's awesome. It's great to have you here. If you're a hardcore industry person and my ideas that I'm publishing on Repertoire can help you in your career, you might never watch the JK channel, but you make sure to watch every episode of the Repertoire podcast and you enroll in Total Station Nomination, and then maybe we do coaching together. And then there are going to be people who are like, yeah, I just like the free stuff. I'm subscribed to both. Maybe you go through phases of watching versus not watching. I certainly do that with the creators that I kind of mentioned at the top of this video and the companies that I follow that they have or operate. I've struggled a lot in the past with perfectionism and not wanting to publish something or share an idea that doesn't necessarily feel 100%. And I know that there's been this like big retard maxing movement recently. And so there's a little bit of a page out of that book that I'm at least trying to do in a way that's useful. Maybe not fully lean into it, but there is some element of that, again, just sharing some of those struggles of the things that I grapple with. I have a bonus to share, but first, if there are questions, requests, anything I was unclear about in this video, please drop a comment down below, especially right when this video drops. I'm going to spend some time in the comments answering you folks, going back and forth, whatever you folks need. Also, just a very heartfelt thank you for being one of the best audiences on the internet, period. I have other content creator friends who, I hear them complain about their audience, and I've never had that experience with you folks. it was not easy to take some time away from something like a YouTube channel. I felt a lot of sunk cost. I felt a lot of guilt. I certainly felt like I was letting you folks down. I'll be honest, I would love to get a silver play button someday. It is personally hard to say which channel will get that now that I'm bucking best practices and changing a channel's total ethos at 45,000 subscribers. Not to mention the fact that in the current social media landscape, followers and subscribers are just seeming to matter less and less. You hear that other YouTubers talk about that at the top of the video. So-and-so number of you are not subscribed. And so that's why I said thank you. That's where my gratitude comes from if you're subscribed, because it's a goal that I have and it helps push towards that goal. And you don't have to do it. It's free to do, but it's not something that you're obligated to do to see the content in your feed. I did mention that bonus. I do have a bonus since you're still here at the end of the video. I'm going to pick a comment on August 30th to win this knife. This is a Murray Carter knife. It's a 10.1 inch Kyoto. It has an Aogami super blue core, sus 410 stainless steel clad on the outside, a Burl G10 handle. This retails for $400 and it's going to go to one of you folks that is subscribed and comments below. Extra love for me if you like the video too, but I unfortunately can't track that stuff. I'll just, Scout's honor if you end up liking the video. I'll just do a random comment picker in a few weeks and select the winner, and we'll get in touch and I'll ship you out your free knife. Thanks so much for your attention. It's good to be back. My name is Justin Khanna, and I hope you have a good one.